All right, everybody, new Minecraft Bedrock preview, soon to be Java Snapshot, I would assume. I'm a day late, sorry about that, but let's check it out. We've got a very fancy new block that's been added. They're hitting it out of the park on these recent updates. It's really cool. So grab 6 of whatever your favorite stripped log is and make a bookshelf sandwich without the books, and you get 6 of a shelf of whatever kind of log. In this case, the oak shelf. You can see some of the others in my hotbar, and they're all laid out here. So you can see all 12 different varieties. So it's like an item frame that has 3 different slots, except that it can actually hold up to 64, right? If it's a 64 stackable item in any given slot. So, right, we've got 64 crafting tables. If I right click on the middle slot, it'll hold that entire 64 stack of crafting tables. I can then swap it out to the chests, and it'll just replace whatever that slot is in your hotbar. Then if you click on the other slot, it'll store the crafting tables again, bamboo shelves over here, and then I can pick them back up one by one if I want to do that. And it'll also work with things that are unstackable, or it'll just hold the 1 and give you back the 1. And it's not only just a way to display things like an item frame, but also pretty functional in the sense that, you know, it can hold just the full stack that you have in your hotbar. But not only that, there is like another state that these can be put in, and that's done with redstone. So right here, these look the way the others do on the wall over there. I can put things in normally. However, if I put a redstone signal into this, also kind of aesthetic, right? I saw a lot of screenshots on the Minecraft subreddit of people using the shelves as decorative blocks, slot machines, things like that. So anyway, but I digress. If I click on this, it automatically stores the last 3 789 slots in my hotbar, and then I can click on it again and it will retrieve those back. You can take this 2 steps further by, if I apply power there, all of a sudden it doesn't matter where I click in this vicinity. It now takes the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots, and then you can take it even further. Let's say, okay, my inventory is a bit of a mess right now because I've been setting up this video. So why don't I just pop those blocks in there, and then easy peasy, I can go back to, you know, my standard Minecraft hotbar with one copper golem exception that I might use if I'm just going around and doing some usual Minecraft stuff. But you know what? Wait, I want it to be a mess again, so let me just swap them. So you can basically do full hotbar swaps. If you have 3 shelves that are all powered with redstone, click anywhere on them, and it'll just swap your hotbar, which is pretty cool if you're doing like a build or something and you want to have particular building blocks in slots in your hotbar. You can build with your crafting tables as one would usually, and then you're like, okay, time to go adventure again. Let me swap back into my normal sword, bow. Have a whole debate. Tell me, which slot do you put each particular item in? Which is your favorite? This is my arrangement, but if you put your pickaxe in slot 1, make sure to argue for that point in the comments. Anyway, so you can see I have one different block here because this is new. This is a copper golem statue, and it doesn't just come in the waxed variety. I guess I need to go back into creative for it to show me all the different blocks here. But if we search for the copper golem, you'll see there's 8 different kinds between the waxed and the unwaxed, and then the different oxidation states. So right now I've just got the full oxidized guys. This is why you've had to deal with the sound of the copper golems, because I spawned them just to check things out, and I can't get rid of them. Like, what do you think I'm gonna? You think I'm gonna? Like, he's looking at me. I can't. He knows. He knows it's too cute. Anyway, so this is one of the statues. The way that you get these not in creative mode is if you don't use a spawn egg. I spawn egged these guys, and they maintain their wax state when you spawn egg them. But if you spawn them the normal way with you know, the copper block, then if they oxidize all the way, they will turn into a copper golem statue, which you can then right click in order to change the pose that they have, and you can cycle between, you know, a few of the different states. But you're thinking, oh my god, no, is my copper golem just, he's permanently stuck? He just turns into a statue? He's petrified and he's not gonna do my inventory arrangement? No, don't worry. Just like any other block of copper, you can axe, And one more time. And now he's back to being a real boy. And then he runs around and does things again. There's nothing in the chest, so kind of feel bad. They've been doing nothing for a bit. Don't look at me like that. Eventually, I'll give you some stuff to sort out, but didn't really think about that beforehand. So that's the copper golem statue blocks. And yeah, so wait for him to oxidize. Then you can bring him back to whatever. If you actually want the statue, you can then, bring it back to whatever state, wax it again, keep it in that state. Also, if here, you know what? I will give him, and I'll give you some of these guys. Take them out. Take out some of your fallen brethren. Okay, so he's holding them, but if I right-click, he will actually drop it, and I can retrieve them. So if they ever yoink something, you're like, on second thought, I think it'll be quicker for me to do this myself. Yeah, well, to be fair, I put a stack, so they were grabbing the 16, so I only grabbed, the 16 out of there, but you get the idea. Now they're just gonna throw them in the chests. So, okay, on top of that, I was mentioning how people were using these and building like casinos and slot machines. So you can use the shelves as like a display feature, right? So I, off the top of my head, don't know how to put together like lettering on banners. Other people do, or they have templates for it, that sort of thing. So you could have a sign, right, built out of shelves with banners on the front of them just to say whatever words you want in a fancier way than just, typing it out on a standard sign. So kind of a cool use for these. And then you can also use the shelves to display things like the new die textures, if you'd like to do so for the sake of an update video. So these are the new die textures. I guess they are done in order to try to differentiate the looks of the die a little bit more for color blindness, things like that. And this is how they look. It's still fairly similar, I feel like, to the old looks, but just about every other colored block, wool, so on and so forth, has been updated over time. And I can't remember if the dies have gotten some updates as well. This is just another one, I guess. The colorful blocks and items seem to get that every now and again. Okay, guys, I'm sorry I don't have anything here. I don't know. Go put that places. Grab it. Go do things. Put it in. You're actually gonna have nowhere to put it. They're gonna not, because I have no matching chest or empty ones. They're just gonna, oh. Well, heck. All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. I've just sent you on an endless loop. It's okay, because I could retrieve the item from them with a right click. There's also some other like minor tweaks and stuff, a whole list of little things that they've done with the golems and way shells behave. If you want to check out everything in minute detail, check out the update log link in the description. But that's kind of the high level for now. Pretty cool stuff. The hotbar swapping is really nifty, I feel like. Kind of reminds me of, the mod where you press your Z key and then you can switch between the different levels in your inventory and like it switches between, your top row and your hotbar or something like that. But this is like kind of a different way to do that. So pretty fancy. Anyway, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.